Welcome to the Palace of Megapixels. This is Super Mega Brothers Turbo.
Hello everyone and welcome to Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. I'm your host Stephen White and with me as always is Todd Stark.
Hello.
John is still out this week. He's on his honeymoon after he got married last week.
I hope that, I don't think he went to Australia, but if he did, I hope a kangaroo, just proper bangs him.
Okay. Why would you say that?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. But to fill the void of John not being here, we have a special co-host today, Wyked Beth from Twitch. She's a variety Twitch streamer. Well, variety in a sense.
One hell of a hula hooper.
And one hell of a hula hooper. That's right. Beth, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me, guys.
So, for everyone out there, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I would say I'm a little bit of everything, all wrapped into a small little feisty package of just I go from one end of the spectrum to the other type deal. So I'm pretty much into almost everything, and I just like to have a lot of fun and throw some jokes and be very playful.
Nice. So, as I said to everyone before, you're a Twitch streamer. What got you into streaming?
Well, actually, I streamed a long time ago. I first started streaming when I broke my hip in 3 places about 2 years ago. And the only thing I could really do was sit on my butt and play video games because I couldn't really move. I couldn't do much. So, and then I played Guild Wars 2 for a long time. And then you meet people. It's very social games and MMO. And I met some friends, and they were like, "Oh, I'm into streaming. Have you checked out streaming?" And I'm like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "People actually do this? What?" And so I totally got into it. And then I got out of it because my hip wasn't broken, and I wanted to go out into the real world again. And I was like, "Okay, I've been playing nothing but video games for 5 months straight. I need some reality in my life." So yeah. I took a break, and then about a year later, I was like, "You know what? I kind of miss this. I wanna get into it again." And then I changed my name. My name was Enlightened Queen, and then I changed it to Wyked Beth because I felt it suited me better.
You felt wicked.
Just because I'm from Boston and I say wicked a lot, and I'm into mischief and things like that, and their darker theme of things. So I'm like, this will be perfect. This will be really good.
It definitely suits you, I believe. Now, with your streams themselves, do you have a specific theme that you go to, or do you normally play whatever? Because from my experience, you seem like you have a more horror themed, which does suit you. I will say that.
Yeah. When I started with Wyked Beth, I wanted my channel, my page to be dark and mystical at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
But my theme has definitely progressed more into the horror aspect of things. I love it. It gives me an adrenaline rush, so I'm totally into it. So anything that gives me an adrenaline rush, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So it's really gone to being the more of the horror thriller aspect of gaming. So yeah.
Would you say that there are any games out there that aren't horror themed that would interest you, just out of curiosity?
Well, I mean, I am totally into Vikings. Vikings is amazing, and anything medieval.
Mm-hmm.
So my next game I'm going to be playing, which I had started it and then I stopped it because there was such a big want for me to play The Last of Us. So I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, I love that game.
Which amazing game from which I started, and I loved it. It, post-apocalypse Viking type thing. I mean, why wouldn't you love that?
Right.
So I'm going to be going back to that after I finish Hellblade.
Okay.
Oh, I loved Hellblade too.
Yeah, you just triggered him.
Horror.
Yeah, I just finished that last week.
Nice. I played a little bit the other day just so I can get a handle on the controls, but I like to do a lot of blind plays, so I didn't want to get too deep into it. But oh man, the beginning I didn't want to stop. I was like, oh, stop! I have to stop.
Oh man,
so good so far.
The battles, they get crazy later on.
Well, I'm gonna set it up just a little bit more. Beth, tell him what you just finished on stream. That'll really excite him.
The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, amazing. I brought the feels, the emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
I was like, oh my god, is this game gonna make me cry on screen? I mean, I don't cry. I'm not a crier, and I was like, oh my god.
And I think that's the thing Naughty Dog does the best is they get you invested into the characters.
Oh yeah, big time. They really know how to suck you in. They're very good at that.
I know it's not a traditional horror game in any way, shape, or form, but I would recommend you check out Uncharted. I think you would dig it. It has the control scheme. I wouldn't say it's like The Last of Us, but it kind of has some similarities. I think they would play similar, so you'd kind of jump in fairly.
I have a friend that's been streaming Uncharted, so I've been watching it, and I totally agree with you. I'm like, this is not a horror game, but it's action.
Oh yeah.
And it's suspenseful. So I was like, I actually totally dig this game. I think I would actually like to play this. So I've kind of stopped watching and paying so much attention to the actual game. So when I do play it, it'll be, my first time kind of thing. But it looks very similar to The Last of Us. And the graphics look beautiful.
Oh,
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
I just started playing The Lost Legacy, the downloadable content that came out for it.
The Lost. Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, it just. I played maybe the first hour of it. It's called The Lost.
The newest one, Lost Legacy.
The Lost Legacy. It's for Uncharted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Cool.
I played the first hour. It's just. It's Chloe Fraser and Nadine from Uncharted. They're just going around kicking ass. Play with them.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It feels a little different. The fighting feels a little different. But you've never played Uncharted, so it'd be kind of hard to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand. I get you.
So on Twitch, I know that there are a bunch of communities out there, and we've discussed a few with some of our other special co-hosts. Which communities are you particularly with?
I'm with 3. The first one that I joined was kind of being like, I don't even know if I'm going to be in a community. I am very independent, and I'm not wasn't big in the communities and things like that, but I'm like, oh, I'm just going to give it a try. I'm just going to see, if it helps, and, just networking, and I am very happy I did. My first community was girl streamers, and I met my friend Carice, and I just totally fell in love with her because she's an older woman streaming on Twitch, which you don't ever see. That's early 20s, mid 20s type age group, and she's just fantastic. She's totally into the horror thing, and she wears the wigs and all this stuff. I'm like, I love her. She's great. So I met her through girl streamers, and then the second community I joined was Twitch Kittens, and then I got accepted on their street team for Twitch Kittens, which I was stoked about. And I'm currently trying to get on Team Calico, which they're a lot pickier. They have, they have more higher standards, higher things that you have to meet. So, and they have to vote on you as a group to get into the community, which is pretty cool. And then, Epic Streamers, which I'm totally invested in Epic Streamers. I love Epic Streamers. Where I think we're amazing, close-knit community, which I like. And we kind of, we do the same thing. We vote people in, and it makes people get to know each other that way. And I think that is so important.
Now, what do you feel like the benefit is to these other communities? What are they doing for you? I guess in a way, why do you want to be a part of them? For what reasons?
I would say to grow in numbers, and not only grow in numbers for viewers, because if you get like one person and then they tell their friend and like you really like vibe together, it's just gonna keep growing. But not only that, I would say like inspiration. And like I'm still new at streaming. I haven't even been streaming a year yet, and you just learn from other people. I love observing and watching other streamers just to see how I can make myself better as a streamer and a person. And like there's always room for improvement. So I feel like learning and just getting more knowledge that way. And also another huge benefit is since the Twitch affiliate and we can get emotes and things like that. It really gives you a connection to like graphic artists that can add to your channel. Because I was like, where do I find someone to get me emotes? And I just typed in my community and like, who does emotes? And they're like, oh, all these people, like I recommend this person, and it was fantastic because I had no idea how to get across anybody. So
nice.
Very beneficial in multiple ways. So I highly recommend communities, and don't just join any community. You want to research them.
Right.
And Twitch Kittens is incredibly supportive. So I highly recommend them.
Excellent. Now, as a streamer, what are the most common problems that you run into regularly?
Common problems. Well, my latest and greatest problem, I guess, was my tech problems because I was streaming off of my laptop, and it's a gaming laptop. It's comparable to some tower desktops, whatever. But it just wasn't performing how I needed it to, especially since I started adding like my capture card and my second monitor. It was like, I am not liking this. I don't like you anymore. I'm not doing it. So that's what motivated me to build my new PC, which was a whole new adventure for me, and I loved it. And now tech problems, I haven't had any since. Knock on wood. But that was amazing. So definitely troubleshooting and tech issues, and then I would say trolls in my stream.
Right.
So Steven.
Hey, no.
Steven's a troll.
No, I'm a gargoyle, if anything. I go to my perch.
He's a troll that I like. I like his trolliness. He's fun.
See, I was right. You are a troll. She
No.
agreed. She just said she likes your trolliness.
No. I heard. Well, I think that will do it for our questions.
No, I
for
got
you,
a
Beth.
question.
Unless Todd has a question.
Okay. This is important to our relationship, Beth.
Oh, okay. We have a relationship now, Todd? I don't know. You were kind of, late into this relationship.
Oh.
So
Yeah, so it's better late than never, right?
True.
Are you-
Okay, got me there. Touche.
Are you, Beth, a Red Sox fan?
Yes.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I just saw your heart break.
I am a diehard Yankees fan.
You just killed him.
God.
We are mortal enemies now, Beth.
But I don't know. I mean, opposites attract at the same time, so.
Yeah, well.
But if this makes you feel any better, I'm not a huge diehard sports person. I like and support my teams, obviously, but I don't watch sports all the time. Like, I'll go to games in person, which are a lot more fun for me. But I'm not like, oh, the game's on, I gotta watch it, I have to know the score. If you would have asked me any person's name in the Red Sox, I would be like, I don't know.
You just say dirtbag is what you say. Dirtbag at first base, dirtbag at second.
Dirtbag.
And Patriots are the same way. I know you're probably a Patriots fan too.
No, I love Patriots a lot more than the Red Sox. Football is more entertaining to me. But I only know one person. I do know one name on.
I bet his name is Brady.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
What a surprise.
I call him Dirtbag.
Dirtbag Brady.
Dirtbag Brady.
You can't have
Mr. Giselle.
dirtbag for baseball. You have to come up with another term for football. You can't keep them in the same category.
Well, I call him Mr. Giselle. How you doing, Mr. Giselle? Good throw, Mr. Giselle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Sports talk. What are you doing podcast here?
Nothing. Making it better.
Sports talk. No, this isn't sports talk. It's not ESPN.
No. You know, like MLB, Madden came out this week, so we talked about football.
Okay.
Major League Baseball. Sony has a Major League Baseball game. That's games.
Okay.
She plays with
fair
the Red
enough.
Sox. I play with the Yankees.
If only you had.
You're being a troll.
I and see, you could play together online if you had decent internet.
Let me explain something to you, Beth. Like, I have never once watched your Twitch. And let me tell you why. I see videos of you. That's where I knew the Harley Quinn thing, and by the way, she's best Harley Quinn ever.
Thank you.
The hula hoop, the best hula hooper ever. Can't even stress that. You have to go see her hula hoop. I have HughesNet. That is my internet.
Oh, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, that's what I said. What is this when I cut it on? What the hell is this? Because it is garbage.
Oh,
It's
feels bad, man.
Oh man, I can't even watch Netflix. It's that bad. But it costs $90 a month. I ought to be able to cook. It ought to be able to cook my supper every night.
Wait, you say 9 or 90?
$90. That's the
Ooh,
only internet
yeah.
I have access to right now.
Ouch.
And I live 5 minutes from a super Walmart.
So you know what? I have the solution for you. Move to Boston, Massachusetts. There you go. I have super fast internet.
I wouldn't get anything done, Beth, if I moved up there.
It's a happening place.
Well, there's Sam Adams is up there.
That's right. The Mecca for
We
me.
have a lot
No.
here.
I don't like Sam Adams. I like their Oktoberfest. That's it.
Yeah. See what I got to put up with.
Look, I like Sailor Jerry and Captain Morgan. That's me.
Steven, I feel so bad for you now.
I know.
Oh, Beth.
See, it's too
damn.
bad that time that I was up there years ago. If we'd have known each other, we could have went bar hopping together because that's all I did.
He would
the
hop to
entire
one
time.
bar, and he would go to sleep.
No, what? I went all over Boston looking for every Sam Adams I could find. The brick red they had down there was fantastic. But that's the only place you can get it is in Boston.
Yeah. Well, it's everywhere up here, so.
Boston
You need to
strong.
Come back, Steven, and you should come with them, Todd, and come visit me, and we can have some fun.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if you could keep up with my kind of fun. I'm just crazy.
Don't let him fool you.
Troll. That's a troll.
Just saying. All right, well, I'm going to move on to the news before we continue down this rabbit hole.
Here's the secret news, Beth. Here's the secret
Well,
news.
before we get into that, we usually have a topic.
Secret topic.
Todd, what have you been playing?
Oh, yeah. This week I started playing Lost Legacy, like I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Got into about an hour of it. I can't really explain everything about it. It does feel a little different. There's a lock picking mechanic that they've added in that's a little different from Uncharted. It wasn't in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a little cool. Graphics are beautiful. It's cool playing as two chicks that know how to kick ass, because I don't know. It's always fun to play as an awesome woman that can kick ass. Then I played Madden, and they really, I don't know, man. They kind of amped it up this year. It feels like the character models are awesome. They give you a choice to set up. Do you want to play like arcade style, and it gives you like higher scoring games, awesome catches, kind of like that. And then you have like a true simulation where they go off your ratings, and then a head-to-head kind of where the computer kind of plays like people online.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. They haven't done that before.
Okay. Beth, what about you? What have you been playing?
Well, like I said, I just beat The Last of Us,
Mm-hmm.
which I absolutely loved and never wanted it to end.
Yeah.
Except for hashtag I hate clickers. But and like I said, I'm going to be moving on to Hellblade, which I'm so pumped about, but I'm very nervous about at the same time because I heard it's the fighting is kind of like Dark Souls.
It is a little different though.
It is different. Okay.
It's not as hard, I wouldn't say.
Because Todd, you haven't seen me live on Twitch, and I am a rager, and I lose my patience and my mind very easily. So I go easily from smiley Beth to murder.
Hey, I'll give you one tip. One tip. Do not let them get you cornered, and don't let them get behind you. And listen to the listen to the voices in your head. They'll tell you to move.
Okay, when I did my first little trial playthrough just to kind of get an idea, I was listening to that, and I will definitely heed that advice. Absolutely. So, but I was nervous because somebody told me that, like it was kind of like Dark Souls, and I was warned by several people who know me never to play Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's
I'll
truly
set everything on fire.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, but I'm just gonna give it a go and see how it works. So we'll see.
Yeah, Beth the Rage is real.
I want better internet so I can just watch Beth.
Do it.
I want to watch you rage. I want to watch you rage quit a game. I'm
Have
sorry.
you
I'm sorry
ever-
for pointing like this. I don't know why I'm pointing. Like my finger looks like I don't know what's going on here.
Trouble.
I'm Harry Potter all of a sudden.
Yeah, casting a spell.
Expelliarmus.
Oh, it had to buzz. Anyway, all right, I'm going to move on to the news. In case you may have missed it this week, Gamescom was this week. It's where they showcase.
Wait, is this the secret topic?
No, it's not. It's not the secret
Okay.
topic. We'll get to that later. But this is usually a show where they, like a lot of other shows, where they showcase games that are out and about. There was a list of all the best of Gamescom games, and I wrote down a list, and we can discuss them as they show up. The best of Gamescom completely was Super Mario Odyssey, which I'm a little surprised at. But it's a Mario game. It's the first
It's always
3D
going to
Mario
get
game.
best of the show when Mario shows up.
Well, I mean, you tell me a 3D Mario game that wasn't good.
Well, you tell me whenever Tom Brady's in a room and he's the best looking guy there, but when Giselle walks in, she's the best looking thing in there.
What does that have to do with Mario?
Same thing. If there's a great game in a room and Mario walks in, all of a sudden it's the best game.
Okay, but Mario is a classic, and you can, like Zelda, you can go no wrong with Mario. However,
Yes, you can.
tell me which one.
I don't know. I don't play them.
Oh, see, there you go. I've played them. I know. So, Beth, are you a Mario fan? Have you ever been a Mario fan?
I'm an old school Mario fan. Kind of like stuck in my ways with things like that. So when like Mario Kart and things like that came out, I was never interested in playing it. I like old school.
Oh, you should play Mario Kart,
Brothers.
though.
Mario Kart is actually fun. I think you'd dig it.
Just the first Mario Kart.
I never really had a true drive to kind of play it. Like if
Yeah.
I was to play it with some friends, yeah, I would totally do it. But by myself, probably not.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I think if it got best in show, I'm gonna have to say it's probably good.
I'm going to say Nintendo probably paid them off.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, this
considering-
game does look like a total, just like, rework of Mario.
and it could
to
be.
me.
They haven't done one since 3D Mario one since Galaxy, or at least in this way. There was another one, but I don't count it. Are you making fun of my hand gestures? I'm doing spells too. Okay.
Those are stupid. That looks more
To
like Kata.
everyone out there who's listening on the
I'm just
podcast,
saying,
we're moving our hands.
Your guys' hands are like very large, and they look out of like perspective from your body. So funny looking.
All right. Well, I'm going to go through this list. We'll discuss it if need be on any of these. The best add-on DLC was Battlefield 1. I don't
Battlefield
know.
1's great. I haven't played the...
Okay.
That's
But,
about the... Is that the Russian soldier?
in the name
women?
of
It's
the
women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, though.
Okay. I don't know. I have never played Battlefield 1.
I don't play Battlefield either.
Best booth went to EA, which I found surprising since, no one seems to have... They don't have a good reputation anymore.
But they can make a damn booth.
Yeah, they can. And it won best booth. So perfect.
Good job, EA.
Best console game. Tell me if this sounds a little weird, because I'm going to name off these next two and just... I got to have an opinion here. Best console game for PS4 was Assassin's Creed Origins.
Right?
And then the best console game for Xbox was Middle-earth Shadow of War. Doesn't that seem a little odd that these third-party
Especially
games were the
since-
best for those consoles?
If I'm not mistaken, Assassin's Creed is being pushed by Xbox.
That's even stranger.
I think.
Hang on a second. Mute. There we go. But no, that just seems odd to me that there's third-party games are getting the best for the console when it should, in fact, be, I feel like, a first-party game. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree.
So
it should be.
It's kind of weird.
But they might not have showed any. They might not have had any of those on display there.
And then obviously best console game for Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Odyssey. Best PC game, Kingdom Come, Deliverance. I don't know if I want
I've
to play
heard
that.
of it.
That just
I haven't
sounds
seen anything.
country.
I've never played any of these games.
Best mobile game, which I'm assuming is for 3DS, which is
Mario
Metroid.
Run.
Metroid.
Oh,
Samus Returns. These are upcoming. Best role-playing game,
Mario RPG.
No, Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
have either one of you played Ni no Kuni?
I have
original?
played a little bit of it.
A little bit of it?
Yeah,
Did you like it?
there was a demo for it, like
Oh,
on
okay.
PS3.
I
I
played
liked it. I thought it was cool. I never got it, but I thought you played the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I played it a few years ago, and I thought it was pretty good, so I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I like the art direction of it,
Yeah.
so it's very cool. Best racing game, Forza
Mario
Motorsport.
Kart.
No, Forza.
Oh,
Isn't Mario Kart already out? I don't know.
they just gave it best racing game. Mario Kart. There was a picture of Mario in a cart, and Mario Kart got best racing.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. Best action game, Super Mario Odyssey.
Told you.
Best simulation game,
Super Mario Odyssey.
Project Cars 2. How would that be a simulation?
I don't know.
No.
Acting like a plumber.
Best sports game, PES.
Super Mario Football.
PES. Who's being a troll now?
I know. I was like, I am so surprised Demonic is just not, or Steven, is reaching over and just smacking you right now.
No, Beth. This is what Yankee fans do. You just don't understand because you're a Boston fan.
I'm pulling back because this is Demonic. I keep calling
Yeah, hey,
Demonic.
no, it's fine.
He's
Hey.
demonic. Not, yeah.
Podcast, so I'm just like really trying to hold back. I'm like,
No, you just let it go. Just let it go. I do this to him every week just to mess with
Because
him.
it'll just be banter the entire time, just back and forth, and poor Steven will not be able to get a single word out of his mouth.
That's okay.
That's good though. I don't really like to hear him talk.
He says that. Best family game.
Mario Odyssey.
That's right.
I knew it.
Best strategy game.
Mario Odyssey Risk.
No. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom
Jesus,
Battle.
Mario was in it though.
Yeah, exactly. Best puzzle
Mario
game.
everywhere.
Mario Puzzle 3D.
God's Trigger.
What
which
in the hell is that?
I've actually written that down. That was a game I looked up, so we'll discuss that a little later. But yeah, I want to
That's
talk
a secret
about
topic.
Trigger?
it. Yeah,
God's Trigger.
It's won best puzzle game for the Gamescom. Best social online game.
Mario.
Destiny 2.
Oh,
Best casual game.
Mario Odyssey.
No. Hidden Agenda. For
Oh yeah, I've
PS4.
been wanting to play that.
Is that out
That's
yet?
the Play Link. It's
But
not out yet.
It's not out yet.
No, it's
Okay.
it's still under pre-order on the store.
Beth, do you have the Play Link, or have you looked into that for the PS4? That's just an app, isn't it?
Play Link?
Well, it's an app on your phone, and it hooks to, like there's this one game called That's You, and me and my little girl we play it sometimes. But it's kind of like it asks you questions about the other person. Which one would they pick out of a certain amount of stuff?
Oh,
And-
I will have to check it out then.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then they've got other games coming out.
Hidden Agenda sounds really fun.
Hidden Agenda, like everybody has a role, I think, if I'm right, and then out of everybody, somebody has a hidden agenda, but nobody knows who it is because all the stuff is coming through everybody's cell phone. So nobody
Okay.
really knows, and somebody's a detective, and another person's a lawyer, and I
That
don't
sounds
know,
fun.
it's a whole mystery kind of thing. It looked pretty
like
cool.
a Pixel who's done it type of thing
Right,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, the people
Yeah,
that did. Did you ever play Until Dawn?
No, but it's on my to-do list.
Okay, the people that made that made this.
Okay.
So
All right. Best multiplayer game.
Mario Odyssey.
No, Destiny 2.
Oh,
Best VR game. Fallout 4 VR. Which
Oh, really? Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that.
yeah,
me too.
I personally would vote for Resident Evil 7 VR
That's me.
because, yes.
I don't know. I think I'm kind of interested in Fallout 4 VR, but I don't know if I'd buy it.
They
I-
did
I-
say that it worked better than Skyrim.
Yeah, I heard about Skyrim where they teleport. Like
Well,
you don't
can do
actually
that on
move
this.
like you
can
do in
that on
Resident
this
Evil.
too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can. I think there's like 4 options.
Gotcha.
But the thing is, with the Skyrim, it was the melee was way off. Is what I've heard. It was kind of weird.
Gotcha. Best hardware.
Mario Odyssey.
Xbox One X.
That's understandable.
Okay. Gamescom Most Wanted Consumer Award.
Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
I know. I got that one.
Gamescom Indie Award.
Mario Odyssey.
It's not an indie game. No. Double Kick Heroes, and I need to look that one up. I didn't read
Double
that.
Kick Heroes.
Double Kick Heroes, but it's an indie game, man. Here we go.
I prefer Triple Kick Heroes.
Well, I don't think they have that yet. That'll be the sequel.
Well, the first one was Single Kick Heroes.
Yes.
It was okay.
That's right. They just single kick and that took it. But
But
why
the
does it take double kick now?
is awesome because it's 2 kicks.
So is that like one kick halfway up and then the other one is like a straight leg? So it's like kick.
Nuh-uh.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't know how double
it's
kick
like
works.
a drop kick.
Okay.
Double kick.
Gotcha. All right.
Kapow.
Kapow. But those are all the awards from Gamescom, as fun as that is.
Did you hear? Well, you might have the news on there. Do you have the secret of Amana news?
I do. Oh, we'll get to that.
Is that the secret topic?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
See what I got?
I feel like the secret topic is there's no secret.
That's probably Beth. You're a Red Sox fan, but you're a genius.
I know.
Inflated egos. Super.
I forgot to throw a kappa after that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The Super NES Mini Classic pre-orders are finally live. I think I said last week or the week before that they were live. I keep getting misinformed. They are now.
They keep saying they're live. Like they said they were live a month ago.
I know, but they said officially, yes, they are live.
And they're already sold out.
Probably.
Well, I've heard the rumor is this comes from Ronnie again.
Yeah, Ronnie, our source.
Ronnie, our secret source. Ronnie Smarver. He said that the rumor from Nintendo, which I don't know if he's really into Nintendo, real deep, that they're not going to make the same mistake they did the first time. There's going to be enough to go around this time.
That'd be cool.
And with Star Fox 2 being on there, it needs to be.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Along with the mini classics, Nintendo is releasing a Super NES themed 3DS XL. I don't know if you got to see that, either one of you.
Is it called the Switch?
No, it's got like the gray casing, like a Super NES with the little purple outlines, I guess. The buttons are very reminiscent of the old Japanese Famicom controllers. Where it's got
Famicom.
The Famicom, the family computer.
Yeah. I
See?
just would have never called it the Famicom.
Japan just schooled you on some words there. No.
They always do stuff like that.
But the buttons are colored kind of like they are in the European and Asian controllers.
Right.
But it will release on October 13th.
Why is it that Europe and everybody has to have a different color control scheme on the buttons?
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe they just want to
do
stand
their
out.
eyes see colors different?
I don't know. We may have to ask somebody. We'll
Who
have
can we
someone on from Europe later on. From
Beth,
England.
do you know?
So we'll ask him.
No.
But I would assume everybody has to be special in their own little way.
Oh, that's
and
what a
that's
Red
fine.
Sox fan would say.
Next up, the No Man's Sky. We continue to talk about them. They just brought up a 2 gigabyte patch to fix all the bugs that went in with their new update.
That's okay.
Yeah.
At least it's a week after, right? Maybe 2.
Yeah, roughly, give or take.
That's getting on it pretty quick, I think. They have really supported this game a lot.
And they need to.
Yeah, I mean,
For the fans' sake.
I really think they should have held it off for a year and then put it out, and we wouldn't even be talking about it. It probably would have been a critical darling, and everything would have been just fine.
Did you ever play No Man's Sky, or did you ever see it, Beth? No?
It sounds familiar. I may have seen it, but it's not triggering right now.
It was supposed to be this massively open space exploration.
And it is
game.
that.
And it is. But it got to a point when we first played it on launch day, you just start to see the same things over and over and over, and it just kind of got like, okay, well, the universe is kind of boring.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they've supposedly added a whole
They fixed
slew
their
of different
algorithm,
things that are supposed to make it more intriguing and engaging, but we haven't gone back to it yet. So we'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
Our
Put some aliens in there or something.
exactly. The next thing I had was Tekken. The fighting game is coming to iOS and Android. No official date is set. I'm a little. Does that make any sense?
No.
Does that make any sense? Why would you want to play a fighting game on your cell phone? I don't.
Unless they've redone it from the ground
I
up to
hate
work.
doing anything on my cell phone. None of,
Yeah.
like a coordinated fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do anything like that.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Unless it's just tap, 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 or slide. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm not
Yeah.
going to do it.
the mobile games I have on my phone are very limited in what you do. It's maybe like a puzzle game or something of that nature where I just go swipe, swipe, touch, touch, and I'm done. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, like we talked about just playing games, what we're playing.
Mhm.
I've been playing SimCity on my cell phone too.
Have you?
Yeah, impressive.
Did you ever go back and play Slayway Camp? You never did tell me.
I did play Slay Away.
Did you like it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
You can get stuck in a corner and you have to
can.
rewind it.
Yeah. Beth, you need to play Slayway Camp. I'm gonna have to
Okay.
find
I'll get on
that
it.
for you.
It's scary.
Well,
Oh,
Good.
speaking of horror, have you seen Annabelle Creation?
No, but I want to. I heard it's really good.
Oh, it's so good. It's painful to watch. It's so scary.
Oh yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
next up is that the 2K announced this week a BioShock 10th anniversary collection that will collect all 3 games in their remastered versions, as well as all DLC, a few extra goodies, and a 11.9-inch statuette of Big Daddy and Little Sister.
Big Daddy.
That's right, which features a motorized drill and light-up components, in addition to audio clips from the game.
I want that. I love it. The Big Daddies are awesome.
I only played, what was it, the last
You never played the first one?
I never did.
Oh my God,
I
dude! You
never had the
have to
Don't give
play.
me any spoilers because it's on my to-do list, and I really want to play all the Bioshocks.
Yes, I will say this: there is no feeling like when you first go down to the city underwater. The first time, what's it called? Oh my God!
Oh
can't-
God, is underwater gameplay?
I think I did see you start playing that.
Yeah,
one.
you crash a plane. This is the beginning. You're in a plane.
I've seen the beginning, and I had an anxiety attack with swimming out of the plane in the ocean. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
You
I feel
swim
like
out of the
every time
ocean
I'm
to a lighthouse. You go in. You get into this. Looks like some kind of big pod thing, and it takes you underwater to this. It looks like Manhattan underwater. It is amazing to see the first time. There's a whale that swims by. I can't even describe it. You just have to see it.
Cool. Awesome.
And then it just starts from there. And it's, I don't know, it's one part first person shooter, 2 part, the other part's like horror. It's creepy around every corner. Everything just kind of free roams. If you shoot something a couple of times and run away from it, when you come back, the health is exactly the same. It's just roaming around. The Big Daddies are the first time you encounter one of them. It's crazy.
I look forward to it.
Yeah,
And
it's-
that's definitely another game that I'm gonna be streaming, Bioshock. So that'll be
Yeah, you'll
be
like
fun.
that. You got magic on one hand and what they're called plasmids or something like that. Plasmas or something. I can't remember. Plasmids, I think. Yeah. And then you have a wrench or a shotgun or some kind of melee weapon or in your other hand. It's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
You like the magic and mystical stuff. There you go, Beth.
Yeah.
Throw some fire on you. Take that. And then a shotgun blast to the face.
Now, this anniversary collection will only be available in the U.S. and only at GameStop, but currently at a price unknown. I would assume $100, $150, if I had to guess. I'm spitballing. I don't know. Next bit I have is that the Gun Media and Ilphonic announced that Friday the 13th, the single-player mode, is delayed, which I think we all kind of saw that coming. Yeah. So I didn't go through and look through the comment section of that announcement because I knew it would just be terrible
Salt.
slander.
I'm
And
salt.
oh yeah, these people, all these fans have been so salty since this game has come out.
I want to play this game so bad. I've watched you play it, and I love Friday the 13th. But, I wish Jason would come and kill HughesNet because
Well,
I can't even play it. I can't do anything.
See,
online.
HughesNet is killing Jason for you. How about that? I'm just saying.
I love that game, and it really caused me to be extremely salty towards it, especially when it first came out. But I'm so stubborn. I'm like, I am playing this game. I don't care how long I have to wait or what I have to do, how many emails to the devs I have to write to. But I mean, I do have a lot of fun with it, even though it's so buggy, but it's brought in a lot of, like, fun entertainment.
I remember you did have a lot of tech issues at first. That was frustrating.
Oh, so mad.
It was your laptop.
I still like playing it.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was not, Todd. You're fighting?
Oh, it's our first spat.
Aw. I still like playing it, but I think the reason I've kind of drifted away from it is because I want to play with people I know. You know, I've got
yes, I
maybe
agree.
like one friend on PlayStation 4 that I can actually play with.
Who's
And
that?
it's John, not you.
Y'all rub it in my face every
I know.
freaking week.
But I'm just...
Well, Demonic, I was thinking about actually buying it on PlayStation 4 so I could play with you. If it doesn't go on sale, I would totally get it on PlayStation 4.
well, it would
Hey,
be
we should be friends on
fantastic.
PlayStation 4. I have one too.
Yeah,
I don't know,
it
you're a
does.
Yankees fan. I'll think about it, Todd. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. At least she's
saying.
giving you that. She could have just said
I'm
no.
just saying, you know, you should give me a chance.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I'll sleep on it.
Sleep on it. You do that. You do that. Don't sleep too long because my friends list could fill up.
The next little bit I have, and Beth, I think you ought to look this one up because this would be perfect for your stream. Maybe. There's a game called Knock Knock, which is coming.
Who's there?
We're not playing that game. It's coming to Xbox. It's a little indie horror title from developer Ice Pick Lodge. It's currently on Steam.
I love the name Ice Pick Lodge.
Currently, yeah, it's all right.
Writing it down. Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the art design for what I saw. It looked very interesting, and art design is a big selling point for me sometimes.
Yeah.
So I would like to try it out. I'd probably get it for Steam.
Describe it to me.
I don't
It
remember.
sounds cool. What the hell?
I don't remember now. It had the very gothic. I didn't jot it all down. I just saw it. I was like, oh, cool. I'll look that up, and I'll just say a few things about it. You know, look it up. Look it up on your phone. You have a phone.
That's what I'm doing.
Damn
right
it.
now. That's what I'm doing.
Anyway, I'm going to move on while you're looking that up, and then we can come
What if
back
I
to
say
it.
put in knock knock in Google and it just goes, who's there?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Your phone's got a sense of humor. The game that I mentioned earlier, God's Trigger. It's a new IP from Techland, the ones that did Dying Light. Beth, have you ever played Dying Light?
Nope.
That's another one you might want to check out. Maybe.
Light.
It's a zombie horror, what would you say, parkour, first-person shooter kind of thing?
What's this now?
Well, I'm
be
trying to
into it.
describe Dying Light to her.
Oh, have you ever played Dead Island?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's like melee combat mostly. First person, parkour, a lot of running. During the day, the zombies are slow. At night, there's these things called, what are they called?
I don't remember.
Volatiles?
Volatiles, yeah.
Yeah, volatiles, and you can see them on your map, and they have like a cone which way they're looking. And when they see
Okay.
you, they scream, and the zombies and everybody come running for you, and you have to run and jump into a safe zone. They can't come into a safe zone because there's
Okay,
light. They're
that sounds
scared of the
very
light.
interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
I
great
would be
game.
Into it.
I think it would be fun. You might dig it. You might not. But the new IP, God's Trigger, from Techland, is releasing on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC early 2018. It kind of reminded me of Hotline Miami, but a little bit more polished because it was like a top-down shooter. Looks pretty fun. But again, they did kind of mention it under puzzle games. So, but again, I think
Is it
Hotline
like
Miami kind of has
Like
that.
Hotline Miami?
Say again?
Is it like pixelated like Hotline?
No. It was a very polished. Looked very 3D
Okay.
graphics and stuff like that, but it had just had the top-down visual. So
Is that knock knock? It's kind of like what's that? Don't Starve kind of drawing kind of art.
but maybe a little different
It's $9.99 on Steam.
currently.
Huh?
Currently, I'm just letting the people know.
Yeah,
If you want to go check it out, it's
Currently.
currently.
It says its release date was October 4th, 2013.
Well, and a lot of these old games go unnoticed, especially indie games. If we've mentioned before, people never talk about them.
So this is, in a sense, that's the same game you're talking about.
Yes,
That looks kind of cool, man.
It does. Told you.
I like that.
Assassin's Creed Origins. Ubisoft confirmed, or Ubisoft, however you want to say it, confirmed that ship battles and
What kind of battles?
ship battles.
Oh, I thought you said shit battles.
No, ship with a
I
P.
do too.
I'm like, they are throwing shit in this game.
And a very large naval experience, kind of similar to what they did in Black Flag. They said it will not be as massive as Black Flag, but they are going to have a scope that will be, in terms, slightly larger. It'll still be a big experience.
I thought Black Flag was too big. I liked Black Flag, but it was too big.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of ocean, and you spend a
ocean.
lot of
Yeah.
time sailing about. So,
Yep.
but I guess they're going to try and narrow this down to where it's the really intense naval battles. That's all you really focus on. I think kind of what they did in, they didn't say this, but Assassin's Creed 3 was like those moments
Yeah.
that you could do it.
I like that a little better.
So, I think
I think Assassin's Creed 3 gets knocked around for nothing.
Oh yeah,
It's a
I
good
love
game.
it. I love it. Did you ever play Assassin's
The
Creed?
Assassin's Creeds. The one that I tried to play, I heard it was just not a good one. I think it was what is it? The Revolution.
Oh, come on, that's
Harry
3.
War
That's the
one?
one we're talking about.
I
You're
could
up
not
in-
even
it
get
took
into-
place
I
in
couldn't get into
Boston.
it.
Yeah, it did. You would have loved it.
What?
It took place in Boston.
I know, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean like the gameplay is gonna be awesome.
Well, you just get to walk around like ancient
It's not.
Boston,
I
200, 300
forward
years
to
ago. 200 years ago. Why did I say 3?
I do have Black Flag, which on Xbox, which I'm gonna try because I heard I would like it that much better. So
Very cool.
I played that game until I got all the treasure chests and didn't get a trophy, then I cut it off. I was pretty upset about not getting a trophy. There was a lot of treasure chests.
are you one of those people who you think everybody deserves a trophy there, Todd?
No, when you put in that kind of work, you should get a trophy.
Okay, touche.
The next one, little bit I have. I thought this was kind of interesting to bring up. Does anyone remember Bubsy the Bobcat?
Yeah.
Bubsy the Bobcat. I think he was on Super Nintendo.
John's favorite game, Bobcats.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well he did the Bobcat. Well, Bubsy the Bobcat will return to PlayStation after 20 years in a new 2D adventure coming out on October 31st. I don't even remember hearing anything about this, and it's coming up very quick.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they do nowadays. And I kind of like that, because there's no spoilers. It just comes out. If it's a good game, it's like kind of like old school where you just find the game,
Didn't we bring him up in an episode recently, like in passing? Just like, do you remember Bubsy? Oh yeah. And then that was it. And then bam, here he is.
That must be why I don't remember it.
I don't remember either. He's so forgettable. Another interesting piece of news, and Beth, I'm pretty sure you have this game, Injustice 2. Do you have that
Yeah.
game? You do.
She's in it. She's Harley.
That's right. She is.
She's like one of my favorite characters to play in it. She's awesome.
The second DLC fighter pack was announced. I don't know if you guys saw this. One of the first characters listed was Black Manta, who's the villain of Aquaman, which I think that was an obvious thing. Everybody
Is he
was
like
kind
a
of
manta ray?
No, but his I don't really know how you would describe it. It looks like scuba gear.
He
But
swims a lot.
He does, but they're
Well,
underwater. What
yeah.
what can they do? But I think that was an obvious thing. Everyone was kind of expecting Black Manta to show up. Second was Raiden from Mortal Kombat, which
He would win. He would beat all of them.
I just-
kick the shit out of them.
I still have this irk about adding Mortal Kombat fighters into this game because you
I know.
have.
That's what I just literally just was thinking. I'm like, why would they do that?
Yeah,
Well, they
I mean,
already made that game.
weird.
I understand they're the same makers, but there are so many other DC characters you could use. Why do you continue to go to Mortal Kombat? I mean, if you have one or two, that's fine because they had Sub-Zero. I was okay with that
But
because
did they not make that game, DC versus Mortal Kombat?
yeah, they did.
Yeah, so
But again, it's just
That's it.
I don't know.
I think that's why they're doing it.
Perhaps. I don't know. To me, it's ridiculous. The biggest announcement out of that, which I thought was very cool, straight out of nowhere, was the addition of Hellboy. Because he's
Really?
he's not even a DC character, and they're
Wow.
putting Hellboy into this game. I'm
He
kind
gonna
of
get
okay
Big Baby
with that.
and come in there and shoot some people.
Yeah. So I'm okay with that.
Is Ron Perlman going to do the voice?
I don't think so, which is a
Then I
disappointment.
don't want to see Hellboy in there.
But he looks very comic accurate. So
That's
his
good.
design is very cool.
Yeah.
It's just, Ron Perlman doing the voice would have been like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. But no, I mean, he looks good. That's another one of those reasons I kind of want to play the game now. I still need to get it so we can fight Beth because I want to fight you.
Yeah. I thought you already had it for some reason.
No, I remember
we
when
were
you
talking
got it.
about it.
I remember when you got it and you were like, you need to get this. I'm like, I want to get it so bad. And I
You
just,
still need to do it.
yeah, I do. I will get it soon, especially now. The next bit of news is Secret of Mana. We mentioned earlier because you had to spoil that.
Well, sorry.
Square Enix announced a remake of the classic Seiken Densetsu 2, which is Secret of Mana.
How do you, what? Where?
Read Japanese. Seiken Densetsu.
Okay.
2.
Read Japanese.
Yeah, okay. And it will launch worldwide on February 15th, 2018 for PS4, PS Vita, and Steam. Beth, I would suggest that you try this game, but I don't know if it would be...
Seiken Densetsu.
Seiken Densetsu 2! That's how they do it in those animes.
So you don't think I would be into it because it's anime?
Well, not necessarily, but I've seen you shoot down the prospect of games like Final Fantasy and whatnot. So it might...
I haven't shot them down.
Yes, you have. That just like a Red Sox fan denying all what she said.
No, I know I had some requests to play it, and I think I would play the newer ones versus like the older ones. You know, I'd kind of play it out of order. I wouldn't do it like for the whole storyline or anything like that. But I mean, I'm not totally against Final Fantasy. Okay. I would give it a shot.
We'll definitely look at this one up. This game, it's a remake of an old Super Nintendo game, or at least that's the only console I ever remember it being on.
Yeah, I think that was it.
This game will now feature 3D visuals, upgraded gameplay for modern platforms, and a newly rearranged musical score. Anybody who pre-orders it on the PlayStation Store will receive a special character costume for all your characters, Moogle suits, a 2-piece tiger suit, and a tiger 2-piece.
Oh, I want it. I want them to send me that actual outfit in the mail. I'll wear that.
I think it's there's a tiger suit for your male characters and then a 2-piece tiger suit for your female characters.
Because the female has to wear a 2-piece.
Right.
Like a bra and a thong, right?
Yeah, probably.
Bra and panties.
I would hope not, but you never know.
So hot.
Those who
Tigers, get me.
Those who will pre-purchase the game on Steam or get the Day 1 edition will receive the same costumes and a downloadable wallpaper. And as I said before, this was released, the original was released on the Super NES back in 1993. It had a couch co-op. It was up to 3 players, which again was odd for Super Nintendo back in the day because it only had 2 ports. I mean, having 4 ports or 4 controllers now is not uncommon.
They have that thing you could hook in and
I do believe so, yeah.
4 ports, yeah.
But I don't think I ever played it with 3 people, but I always wanted to do a multiplayer with it. Me and my brother would play it a lot.
Yeah.
So it was always fun.
It was a good game. It was kind of real Zelda-like.
Yeah. The combat was not Final Fantasy-esque where you had to always jump into a battle. It was just you hack and slash kind of situation.
Like Zelda.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to kind of get into our topic. And again, we might talk about this for a little bit. We may not. But I felt like it was a...
This is a secret topic?
Yeah. I felt like this drops into a very interesting question. Okay, this week an article came out where corporate vice president of Xbox and Windows, Mike Ibarra, I'm trying to make sure that I'm saying that correctly. He came out last week where he stated that the Xbox One doesn't need launch exclusive titles. Now, traditionally, new consoles that are released, they have new games that will complement them for what they can do. Based on reports, the Xbox One X isn't necessarily being considered a full next-gen console, but more of a mid-generation upgrade. So, however, with all the new bells and whistles, one might assume that you would want a game that could really showcase the hardware and the power behind it. Mm-hmm. Ibarra said... Ooh, I rolled my R, barely.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm trying. What Phil Spencer said is right with this. It's the console is additive to our family. Our volume seller will be the Xbox One S at $250, whereas the Xbox One X is what? It's almost $500. It's double that.
It's $499. Yeah.
$499. Okay.
It's a premium console, probably, right?
Correct. They said that the S will be the one thing that most people buy. The X is designed for the hardcore gamer who wants to play the best versions of those games. He says, when I look at the Xbox family, I don't need... Sorry, I got a little Caught off guard.
Damn it, Steve.
I'm going to hit reset on my brain. Thank you very much.
Dude,
when I
a word you cannot read.
No, I got taken aback here. When I look at the Xbox family, I don't feel like we have to come out with 6 new games for the X. It'll play everything that'll come out. Backward compatibility will work on it. Elements like that. I don't know if we're still in the world of having to have big exclusive titles for just one box versus the promise that games will work when you buy it and look even better. It's up to the user to choose, and it's up for us that there are more choice elements rather than holding an exclusive and throwing it around out there with the console. Now, with that being said, and clarifying everything that we just heard about the Xbox One X through them, let's talk about game exclusivity. Do you feel like it is a necessity on platforms?
I do.
Explain why.
Why do you buy that console? Why do you buy a PS4 console?
Because I want to play the games that are on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some people like, I don't know. Some people I know, they'll buy an Xbox One. That's where they will play every one of the multi-platform games. Mm-hmm. But they will buy a PS4 just because they want to play God of War. They want to play Hellblade. They want to play this and that. Because not all those games come on Steam. But if you have Xbox One X coming out and every game now is going to be also on Steam or the Windows Store, mm-hmm. Why do you buy an Xbox at all if you can get it in 3 other places? And it's just important to do that.
Yeah,
it makes people have to buy your console, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other people probably look at it as like, hey, but they're giving you a choice. Mm-hmm. It's like we have a choice to make money or not to make money.
Now, I mean, that being said, with what they're saying here,
no, it's not.
That essentially you're paying double to have a more heftier hardware, so to speak. Now, right. wouldn't you say that in that regard, you might as well just hop over and buy a PC?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, this messaging is the same thing that they did with the PS4 Pro. If you want the PS4, keep it. It's going to do everything that you want it to do. Mm-hmm. We're upgrading it to, you can do HDR, all that stuff. If you want to play the best versions of the game, get the PS4 Pro. That's the exact same thing they campaigned with before it came out. Sounds just like this.
Very true. It just seems odd to me. And when they say the best versions, are we just really talking about visuals? I mean, because they're really not adding anything that
they're going to add. They're going to be able with that hardware. They're going to be able to add more frames per second. You're possibly native 4K. I don't know. Better graphics. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, all around it's going to be a tighter just experience. I believe. I mean, on the Pro, it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. The games run a little smoother. Everything loads a little faster and it looks a little better. Yeah. So, I think what they're doing, this is a Trojan horse you're not going to have a new console. They're going to flip the switch, say, look, we're no longer parity with Xbox One S. From moving forward, it's that they already have the edge the next generation. That's what I think they're going to do.
Now, Beth, with you primarily playing on Steam, but you do have a PS4, which do you normally tend to lean toward? I mean, if you were going to buy a game, do you find yourself leaning toward one or the other?
Well, I definitely am new to the PlayStation 4.
Welcome.
And I love it. Absolutely love it. And the reason why I got the PlayStation 4 is because there were games that I was very interested in playing and because it was exclusive to the PlayStation 4. And I thought it was worth it. And I hate to say it, and I totally agree with Todd, and I hate that I agree with him, but he's right.
You really love agreeing with me. Don't lie.
No. I am through and through PC gamer, for sure, master race by far. But I do, I guess, and I have experience. I mean, I have experience with the Xbox and everything, and I can't really tell you the details why I would prefer PlayStation 4. I think maybe their exclusive games are better, in my opinion. But I do like PC gaming because I feel like I can control more. I can get better details. I know the controls better. I think it's just better for me personally.
Well, you're more comfortable with it.
Yes, exactly.
Understood.
Exactly.
And I do kind of feel like, on the whole, you can normally see a lot more indie titles and other things that'll kind of show up on PC before they'll even find their way to consoles. And that's, being an indie fan, that's where I kind of get a little jealous of console or PC, I guess. And that's why I've kind of leaned over to Steam a little bit, because I do want to play those games. And there are just times that I can't. But I'll see so many, it's like, oh man, that looks so great. I want to play that. It's one of the reasons I'm looking forward. I'm going to plug this again. Cuphead. I'm so glad that's coming to Steam, because I'm going to be there.
I want to play that game.
Yeah.
Because I can't even download it. But I mean, I have to go through HughesNet, and they always just no.
Mm-hmm. But we've mentioned this before, where an Xbox is a glorified PC console. Yeah. You can normally find a lot of those games hovering on both, Windows, Steam, whatever. It's usually there.
Yeah, well, people play consoles because they don't want to worry about the upgrades. They want to just plug it in and they want to play. And if there's no exclusives coming to that console, then you're going to go buy the other console. That's just how I've always done it. I bought an Xbox 360 because I wanted to play Gears of War and Alan Wake.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was done, I got rid of it. But I still bought it.
Yeah.
So.
And I think even to further enforce the idea how important exclusives are, Nintendo, their IP family, everything that they have, if they did not have Zelda, Mario, Metroid, Star Fox, I could keep going. You could have
stopped at Metroid.
Yeah. If they did not have these IPs, they would be dead.
Did you say Zelda?
Yeah, I did. That was the very first thing
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, someone comment. Let's see.
Beth.
No, thank you, Beth. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I feel like they would be dead in the water right now. I don't think that they would have survived anything that they've been through the console wars. They would be gone.
Well, they understand the same thing that Sony understands: is you have to create a brand, and Xbox has not done that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a brand. They've just
Halo.
Well, they have the money to make their console successful, pretty much. So.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't built a brand like Sony and Nintendo have.
Right. So, I don't know. I'd say that we probably all agree that exclusives are very important. They're very necessary. I understand what he's saying here. I understand that they're saying that's a mid. It's not a new console per se. So I'm giving it a pass.
He is, and I understand what he's saying too. But he's totally wrong about launch exclusives for any console.
Right.
Like, I don't know. They just pushed Crackdown back to next year.
Yeah.
That was supposed to come out with it.
And I think that would have been a great one to kind of go along with it.
I mean, not only do you want to sell your hardware, but the name of the game is to sell your games also. So now that game's going to go, and it's not going to have all that hype around it, like, ooh, a console launch, and I want to get the brand new game that comes out and looks good on it. Now it's going to be pushed back to March or February and compete with God of War and those games, and I don't think it's going to sell good.
Right. And see, I will even kind of add to that, even if it's not just, there's always something. There's always a reason that you're buying it to go along with it. I bought my PS4 Pro because
I told you to.
No, because I wanted to experience the PSVR in the best possible form that I could. That's why I got it. What was that?
Oh, sorry. That was probably my end. I live on a busy street.
I was like, what was that?
I thought that was Annabelle.
Anyway.
You might hear, police sirens soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to
arresting everybody that plays for Boston.
But no, I wanted to play the best possible version of that. So when I made it happen, it was all at once, not just, I'm going to get this and then I'll come back to that later. It was an all-in-one purchase.
Yeah.
So very much like that, you're buying this console for a reason. You want it not just because it's going to play. If it's going to play the same games I got now, why would I bother? It's just, there's no point. So I think we've kind of hit the nail on the head with that. I think it's important. I'm going to move on to our release dates. Release dates for August 29th. Games that are coming out. We have Absolver, which I've heard of. Who have I discussed that with?
I think we had talked about it. It's kind of like a fighting game. Like you have like an open world and you go around and you can get into these battles. You create a fighting style for, I guess you can earn fighting styles. And I don't know, it matches up good with other fighters or it doesn't. You know, I don't know. It's a fighting game, but like an open world fighting game.
Ark Survival Evolved, which I thought was out already. But they said it's coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But I could have swore that was out already.
It's out, yeah.
So I wonder why. I wonder if it was
kind of like an early access kind of thing.
May have
I
been.
don't know, but I know it's been out on Xbox One. It might just be coming out on PS4.
Gotcha. Well, it will be available PS4, Xbox One, PC. Everybody's Golf for PS4. Okay.
You like golf, Beth?
The video game?
Just in general, maybe.
Like, all right, so I've never played, like, I've heard, like, golf games where you can play with, like, other friends and stuff, which I've never played, but golf in general, as, like, the sport and stuff, I'm totally not into it.
But you can drink beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drunk golf?
Oh, yeah, I've wrecked plenty of golf carts.
I can drink beer and play more fun things.
Yeah.
Besides golf.
We once ran one of the golf carts in the pond at our local golf course. Thank God for the cat's tails that kept it from going all the way in. But man, we just left it. We left it there, and I know they were pissed. We just walked off the cart. We walked off the course holding our golf clubs.
You hear that? I hope that's not a felony.
They don't know where we are. They don't know where we are. It's past the statute of limitations. This was 20 years ago.
I'm gonna tell them.
The next one I got is
Beth. Stop.
Hello Neighbor for Xbox One and PC. I feel like I've seen.
Is that
stuff
the one
about
where
that.
the neighbor you can go search their house?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know I've seen stuff about it. I think even the show on YouTube, Game Theory, they've done stuff about it. It seems interesting, but again, I'm not going to go out of my way to play it on Xbox or PC. But if it shows up on PlayStation 4, maybe I'll look into it.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty cool game. I've watched. I guess Dan TDM. My little girl loves him. Diamond Minecart. He plays it a lot, and it's like you live across the thing, and you have to go and search the house, and I guess the owner is always kind of snooping around. You have to be kind of quiet, and then he'll chase you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of creepy. If he catches you, game over, you start over.
Gotcha. Well, it does sound pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Still the oddest pairing of characters I've ever seen in my life.
Garbage.
Why not? That's coming out for Switch, obviously. Pillars of Eternity, the complete edition for PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not familiar with that game.
What's it called?
Pillars of Eternity.
No.
Redout. I'm not familiar with that. PS4 and Xbox One. Resident Evil Revelations for PS4 and Xbox One. I played that on 3DS. And
I remember watching it.
It was pretty fun. Warriors All Stars.
No.
Not familiar with that.
I guess that's a
and
bunch
PC.
of warriors, and it's the best of the best warriors.
Right, and they're going to fight.
Yeah.
I would assume it's a fighting game. If it's not, I'm surprised.
Well, I think, they probably, they'll have, the first half, these warriors go through, and then you pick the best.
Now, which warriors are we talking about? Are these well-known warriors?
No, I think there could be some Viking warriors, which they're probably the toughest warriors.
Olaf. That's Viking warrior. That's the one that we all know.
That's one. Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
That's just one.
That's just one. That's all we need for Vikings.
Then they pick the best, and they call them all-stars, and then it's like all the warrior all-stars. That's the game.
We're not representing this game properly, so I'm going to move on.
That's what it is.
Windjammers for PS4 and PS Vita.
That's where they jam wind.
Because that so works. I don't even know what that game is. I know I've heard of it, but that's another one I'm unfamiliar with. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen.
And that's just now coming out, or is this
it's on
some kind of
I thought it was out
content?
too. It says for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I may have gotten a bad list. I hope not.
No, I think what it is, I think this is like an expansion.
Okay. So that would make sense.
I think.
Oh, it's not just XCOM 2. It's War of the Chosen.
Right.
So expansion, we'll just say that. And Yakuza Kiwami?
Kiwami. I think, is this a prequel? Ain't it?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Because there's a new one coming out, correct? 6? 7?
Yes, 6.
6. All right, and that's for PS4. On August 31st, Life is Strange Before the Storm
Ooh.
comes out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Beth, did you ever play Life is Strange?
Nope, but I have it on PlayStation 4, and I do plan on playing it.
It's very fun. It's a very interesting story. We didn't have, or as far as release games are coming out on September 1st, or starting September 1st, got the Xbox games for gold. The PlayStation, Sony has not released their September PlayStation Plus games yet, so it's fine. We'll get to that next time. But for September, for the Xbox games for gold, Forza Motorsport 5 Racing Game of the Year Edition will be available on September 1st through the 30th. Or for Xbox One. Oxenfree will be available September 16th to October 15th on Xbox One. Hydro Thunder Hurricane for Xbox One and 360, September 1st through the 15th. And then Battlefield 3, available September 16th through the 30th on Xbox One and 360.
Well, it says right here that the PS Plus game should be announced this week.
And that kind of lines up, because when I was when I was doing the research on that, it's usually a week before we actually see them. So that's fine.
Rumors.
All right. Are we ready for the retro review?
I love the retro review, Beth.
Ready.
And it's very anti Boston Red Sox.
One would
But I
assume.
hate it.
Now, I was trying to dig for a game that maybe you may or may not know. But I thought it would be fun.
Tell me what it is.
Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero.
Everybody knows that. My mom's played that.
When was the last time that anyone ever brought it up in conversation?
Never. That game was very forgettable.
It was, but we're going to talk about it today. Beth, did you ever play that game?
Nope.
Are you familiar with Mortal Kombat, I would assume?
Yes, I am.
Okay. This was published in 1997. It was an expansion of Mortal Kombat. The story was a prequel to the original Mortal Kombat that followed the backstory of the character Sub-Zero while expanding on the mythology of the games and their story itself, with introductions of characters like Quan Chi and Shinnok, who would be series staples, as well as important figures within the series. Now, what was strange about this game is that it was meant to be a 2D side-scroller, like a platformer, Mario style and whatnot, but your movements and combat systems were, it's like they directly lifted from Mortal Kombat, the fighting game. So you would jump and punch and kick very much like you were playing Mortal Kombat. So it was very bizarre to have a moveset for a game that was not intended for that moveset. I kind of felt like it was a hindrance, per se, but at the same time, you were familiar with the characters. If you knew how to play a Sub-Zero, you could just press your move buttons and fight and whatnot, and it was familiar but odd at the same time, to say the least. What I found most interesting about it, and I don't know if you remember this, Todd, but you had two versions. There was an N64 version, which was very beautiful looking, very polished, but since it had limited space capabilities, they had cutscenes that were done with pictures and text. The PlayStation had full live action cutscenes with actors acting out all this stuff, and it was very cheesy, hammy.
I wouldn't say that. I think it was just very well done, and
I mean, if I can find some dialogue, I'll lift it and maybe insert it in now.
No
so
need.
people
I
can
remember
hear
it. It's awesome.
Do you remember how hammy who was it? Quan Chi was?
Quan Chi that was probably like one of the best performances I've heard.
Was it? Okay.
Awesome.
Well, give me a line. Do you remember anything from it?
He said,
See, he doesn't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't have a Nintendo.
I just remember he would
this
get
game.
so intense with everything. He's like, "This amulet will unleash Shinnok."
Yeah, he did that on the last game.
He's like, "Okay, dude, calm down.
Is
It's
that
fine."
Quan Chi? That was the mystic guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Almost like a rival to Shang Tsung.
Yeah, he was the same kind of way on the last game.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying it was very well done.
Well, anyway, the player began the game with a small health gauge and limited number of lives. You'd progress through the game. You can gain experience points, which would give you access to special moves like your freeze, your ice slide, all the moves that he had from the other games. Your health and ice power could be replenished by picking up items, so it very much had a platforming style to it. But again, it was the controls that were odd. You shouldn't be playing with Mortal Kombat style controls. They should have just built it from the ground up, I feel.
I agree.
But you had to fight through all these element temples: fire, wind, water, and earth. Man.
And I think that's why they left those in there, like those tomb challenges and stuff, later on when into the regular fighting game.
Right. And I think there was even a point in the game where you could actually alter the story ever so slightly. It was like one of those first elements where you could change your story, which is common nowadays, where you can
I don't know what you're talking about.
tweak stuff. You know what I'm talking about. I think it really came down to whether or not you killed... Wait, don't point at me. Whether or not you killed Scorpion.
Yeah.
I think you could perform a fatality on him
Right.
when you first face him, and if you do, there will be a new story element later on in the game. If you didn't, it won't be there. It will just be void.
I would never kill Scorpion because he's my favorite.
But you have to kill Scorpion. That's part of the story.
I would never do it.
All right.
I would make him be my friend.
Well, despite that, the game was panned by various video game publications due to a poor transition from fighting games to action adventure, and has been labeled the second worst Mortal Kombat game, next to Mortal Kombat Special Forces, which I never did play.
I don't even remember that shit.
Yeah, that was supposed to follow like Jax and Sonya, and I guess their hunt
It's
for
probably
Kano.
pretty much the same kind of thing.
Probably.
Yeah, I
But
can see why.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't even remember it. That was probably in that period where they just saturated the market with a new game every year, and then they started doing this to try to reboot it, and it didn't work, and they just thought maybe they didn't get the right characters the first time. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, it was. I had some fond. Well, I don't know if I'd call them fond. I remember playing it, and it was all right. I will say this. This is how, as a kid, because this came out in '97, so I was probably about 17.
Man, I was playing baseball then.
Okay. Well, I wasn't. I was being the nerd at home. I actually remember hooking up my VCR to my PlayStation and then recording those scenes and creating a movie out of this game.
But that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't remember whatever happened to the tape, but I know I did it.
I wish we could find that tape.
It would be
I
cool.
would love to
I
see
even
that
did that.
I would too.
I even did it with Out of This World because I knew the game so well and knew how to play it. I played through all of it. So
But
it was
what
like
you were
one
doing was
big
he's the
adventure.
first streamer.
I was, but all these tapes are
Yeah.
lost now. They're out there somewhere, but I
Well,
don't know
I'm
where
pretty
they are.
sure that you wouldn't be able to watch it because it's on tape.
Probably not, but
Like I asked my
You can
little
get it
girl, like she
converted
found
to disc. They have a way to do that now.
yeah, we could.
Beth. Don't help him.
No. If we could find these tapes, we need to get this out there.
My little girl seen a VHS the other day. She says, "Daddy, what is this?"
Do you imagine that we're there now? We're like the last generation that will ever know what a VHS is. I mean,
Yeah.
we're a dying breed.
And what about a landline phone?
Oh yeah. My mom and dad still got one.
We actually have one too, but I barely use it. It's just there for emergencies. only.
Most of the time, like if you get AT&T and you get internet through them, they make you have a landline.
It's like, here, take this, please,
Oh
for
yeah,
the love of God.
that's true. Well, here we go. How about a rotary phone?
oh
yeah,
yeah, my
yeah.
Meemaw had one. Those were the
Yeah.
best though. I love those.
But see
They're
now,
fun.
That was
They
fun
make
making a
you
phone
wanna call
call.
people. Yeah.
But again, kids today, they look at it and be like, how does this work? And I was
Yeah.
like, it's very
What is
simple.
this?
You just put your finger in it and you pull, just like you normally
Roll it
would.
around.
It's very simple.
Man, I got where I could fly like
Yeah.
I was putting in a code for a bank vault.
Oh, man, I haven't wanted to use one of those in forever. I want to use one now.
I do.
I don't know why.
I'm just gonna go buy one.
Just because. It'll
Hey,
work.
that's what we need to do. We need to partner up, all of us. Beth, I guess I'll include you this once.
Well, gee, thanks.
And we should just bring back the rotary phones.
The new
Yeah.
rotary phone.
No, the old ones, the same ones. I'm not. No,
Well, I know,
new
but
ones.
we can call them the new rotary phone. But they look just like the old ones. Only better.
We can put stickers on them. People, we can customize them. People, it's all about customization. I don't give a damn if it's a dog turd. As long as you can customize it, people want it.
That's clever. A dog turd rotary phone. I like
No,
dog
no,
turd.
I don't want a dog turd rotary phone. I'm just saying, as long as it's a dog turd.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
As long as you can customize, you're changing. My
But I mean,
words
think
around.
about what you've just done here. Now, a dog turd rotary phone, you could actually stick your finger in it
Shut
and
up.
and just continue to.
And then you get done, you can lick your finger.
That was thinking.
Yeah, because that's what you do after you sticking your finger into a dog turd.
Well, why would you stick your finger in a dog turd?
I don't know. You're the one that came up with the idea.
I just said I was
Oh, yeah,
comparing.
yeah.
Beth, follow me here. He's not. I was saying that anybody, as long as you can customize it, will buy it. Even if it's a dog turd, if you can customize it, they'll buy it. Not a phone.
But I love how that customization, design came from a dog turd. Like, where is your brain?
I don't know. I left it at home.
He was trying to be clever, and it just backfired.
It did not. We're talking about it. We are talking about it.
That's right. A dog turd rotary phone.
So you're saying
Not a
Yankees
phone.
fans like dog turds. That's what you're saying.
I can't wait for Game of Thrones tonight, guys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I know this is not gaming, but I'll let it go.
It's Game of Thrones. Game.
Okay.
Beth,
That's
do you
your
watch
logic.
Game of Thrones?
Yes, I do.
Okay, see,
I
there you
love
go.
it.
I can almost look past. Do you like The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Okay, Beth. I'll be in Massachusetts in about a week.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Are we good?
Yeah.
You got
I'm
anything
good.
else?
I forgive you for being a Red Sox fan, Beth.
I guess I can forgive you for being a Yankees fan and liking dog turds.
Ah, damn it. I was trying to get away from the dog turd.
Oh boy. Well, this has been a fun show. We're going to wrap this up, guys. We'd like to thank all of you who are listening out there to our podcast on the web, whether it be on iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube, Podbean, which is our main hosting site that allows you to download our show on your phone to listen whenever and wherever. We're also starting to sprout up on other various podcast hosting sites, so keep your eyes peeled and maybe you'll find us on your favorite. Despite where you find us, why not leave us a comment and tell us what you think of the show? Good or bad, we'll take any comments you choose to offer up. Follow us on Facebook, join our community, and start a conversation. Give us topics you want us to cover, and while you're there, ask John a question for when he comes
Please
back.
ask John just a crazy question.
Beth, do you have a question you'd like to submit to John so when he comes back we can just give it to him? It can be just anything random. Anything random at all.
I could answer it today. I could be John.
What is the meaning of life?
What is the... All right.
Oh, my God. John be like, just loving my wife and just, making sure my wife is happy. And we
He's
had...
going to listen to this. He's going to
Hey,
listen.
happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. I do nothing but please her every day. If you're listening, baby, I love you.
I'm going to give that to John that question because I want to hear his response.
That was his response.
No, I want to hear his genuine response to see how much it differs from yours.
I'm telling you right now, that's his response. My babe, I love her. She's the
Why
apple
are
of
you
my...
going all Californian?
That's
surfer
John.
girl?
That's how John talks.
Does he?
Hey, this is John. I like bobcats.
You going to do the Bobcat sound? Please don't. No, it's okay. If you want to... God.
You want a sheboyga?
Sure, boy. If you want to support the show further, you can go to patreon.com/Pencil and Paper Productions to give it a little money and receive exclusive benefits. What? Yeah, they're not available anywhere else. You hear that?
Not at all.
Beth, you're from Boston. You know, Peter Griffin here. He's from Quahog, which is kind of up in that north New Englandish area there.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't all talk like this. I mean, you hear Beth there. She's kind of got this country twang to her. You know?
My God.
But it's not too far. She's trying to get away from it, you know, and I just can't. I just can't.
She's got a wicked hard fastball.
That's right, she does. But as we were saying, go to Patreon for God's sakes, and donate some money. Can you do that for us? And maybe you'll get something out of it, you know, like pictures and videos and other stuff.
They can give a wicked amount.
Wicked amount, wicked awesome. Yeah. Well, Peter, thank you so much for that. Thanks you for coming
Peter.
by.
Just shut the door when you leave, Peter.
Yeah, please.
Bye, Peter.
Bye.
Get your ass over here.
Get your ass back here. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I've been Stephen White.
Oh, I'm Todd.
Yeah, you ruin this every time. Beth, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yes, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Guys. It was a blast. It was a total blast.
I think,
Always.
though, that towards the end, Beth got a little bored.
Maybe a little bit.
Why?
Well,
I was focused, man. Paying attention.
She didn't
I'm a
have a
hater.
lot to say on the matters.
not convincing me, Beth. You're not convincing me.
But anyway, guys, join us again next time. But until then, game on.